This is a recording of a presentation made to the West Island Digital Network called Numerous. It's on the topic of authority marketing, and it was delivered by MJ Plebon of New Horizons Consulting, Communication Impact on June 4th, 2014. Now, regardless of how much technology advances our lives, local businesses still need human interaction. People will buy from people that they know, they like, and they trust. As a local business owner, you realize this concept, and you invest your limited resources into networking with other business people. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money, because networking in reality is a lot of work. However, there is a risk developing that business people who do a lot of networking need to be aware of. Business-to-business clients are changing their purchasing decision process. What they're doing is they're relying more on the internet to conduct their research before making their purchasing decision. If your products and your services are not showcased well, you risk losing the business to a competitor who may appear more competent online. Now, you can build your online presence to ensure your networking efforts are not wasted and you can gain more clients. And you can do this through effective authority marketing, which can elevate you above your competition and increase business. Now, the question is, what is authority marketing? In your opinion, what do you think authority marketing involves? Well, if we look at the history of marketing, outbound marketing is associated to the more traditional marketing methods such as newspapers, radio, TV, and print. Here in outbound marketing, you needed to be concerned with the circulation, the reach, the demographics, and also be concerned with differentiating yourself from your competition. Now we've evolved into an era of what we call inbound marketing, and this is positioning your marketing message to rank high when your potential customers are searching for your products and services. Now this involves site engine optimization, SEO, backlinking, site content, online directories, with the aim to rank as high and as frequently as possible for specific search terms. Differentiation is important, and placement or positioning in the search engine results pages is the primary focus. At this moment, most people are focused on inbound marketing, yet neglect to invest in authority marketing. The best marketing position for most consultants, advisors, and other professionals is not one that's different from their competitors, but above. In other words, we are the best in the field, where best translates to best results. So how do you achieve that positioning? Through what I call authority marketing. Authority marketing is the process of establishing yourself or your firm as a leader and authority in your field. So why is authority marketing so important? Business decisions, or the business decision process, in the past involved referring to yellow pages, directories, trade magazines, attending trade shows, events, getting feedback from other users, reviewing referrals, print material, and word of mouth. The vendor was brought into the purchasing decision early in the process to assist and influence the purchasing decision. There is a shift in power with customers today in the way they conduct their research, which involves the internet. Clients will search and use the search engines, social media, and online content to help formulate an opinion of the product or service they wish to purchase. I have provided some statistics from a report from Demand Gen, this is a consulting firm out of Boston, to prove this point. What they found last year is that 40% of businesses waited longer to initiate contact with the B2B vendors. 34% said the number of people involved in the decision-making process has increased. 64% claimed the winning vendor's content had significant impact on their buying decision. And 68% of the respondents claimed that the number of sources used to research and evaluate has increased. So what this means is that the trend is to invite the sales rep or the vendor into the decision-making process at a much later stage. Information is easily at people's fingertips on the internet, and they can grab all this information and that of the competitors and make a educated judgment on the product and service that they wish to purchase. Here are some more stats. LinkedIn is the top choice for executives, and blogs are a top choice for non-executives. 82% of senior execs said that the content was as a significant driver of their purchasing decision. 61% agreed the winning vendor delivered a better mix of content appropriate for each stage of their purchasing process. 70% rate their purchasing experience a 4 or 5 out of 5. This is a big improvement over 2 years ago. So people are using the internet, they're gathering their information, they're making a better decision in their purchasing process, and they're much happier about it. So guess what? They're going to continue to use the internet to gather their information and use that information to make a purchasing decision. So here comes the challenge when you spend a lot of time, a lot of your resources networking with other people. Somebody out there may be looking for your products or your services or the solutions that you can provide. So they're going to be talking to other people and they're going to get your name. They may also pick up a name of one or two of your other competitors. Now, here's the challenge. What do you think they do with that information? Your name, your phone number, and your company name. That's right. They go to Google and they Google your name or your company name, and they make some comparisons, and they start collecting their data and making some judgments. So what is displayed when you Google your name or your company name? What do you find? Has anybody out there Googled their name? Were you happy with what you saw? Now here's the big question. Did you go back and Google your competitor's name and make a comparison? Put yourself in the shoes of your potential client. Who would you buy from? You or your competition? Now when you Google your name or Google your company name, what you'll probably find are directory listings, social media listings, images, your website, video, and other content. So you need to take inventory of your findings. You need to look at the accuracy of your content. Is the company name, the address, the phone number, and the website always the same in all the directories online where you show up? Is the message consistent? Often a lot of these directories or a lot of places online allow you to put maybe a paragraph about what your company is all about. Does it describe the same thing? The consistency and the frequency of fresh content. Do you have a Facebook page that was updated maybe a year ago or 6 months ago, or the last update was 3 months ago? What is your competition doing? Are they providing good, valuable content on social media platforms like Facebook or LinkedIn? Is the information current? Are you keeping up with the trends and what's happening in your industry? Based on your findings, you now have to formulate a strategy for your online authority. You may have to look at social media considerations and decide on which social media platforms you're going to be on. One that is absolutely necessary for business to business is to have a LinkedIn profile. Now, there are several things on the LinkedIn profile that need to be looked at. Does your profile read like a resume? Because if it does, it's not serving in your best purpose. If you're selling a product or a service, you should be talking about that product or service, or talking about the pain points that you could possibly solve with your potential customers. What about the directories? Which directories are you listed in? Are you listed in all the ones that your competition are listed in? Do you create frequent, fresh content to post online to help you look like an authority? And you're going to have to decide on the type of content and where to place it. And it'll depend on your business. Video is very effective. Blogging can be also very effective. But if you're a photographer, or if you're involved in any kind of industry where your product is very beautiful, if it's in fashion, or if it is in, let's say, an image consultant or interior design, you may want to look at some of the social platforms out there that you can showcase a lot of your images showcasing your work. So decide on the type of content and where to place it. What can you do to increase your authority? Testimonials and third-party endorsements are becoming very, very important. Now, I speak to a lot of my clients. Some of them have a lot of letters and emails from happy customers, and they're kind of stuck as far as what they can possibly do with them. These, I suggest to my clients, is print out the emails, take the written letters, have them scanned as a PDF or as an image, and get them placed online. Put them on your website. You can put them on many different platforms on your Google Plus account. You can put them on a Pinterest board, pin board if you wish, and optimize these images as well. The other thing that you can do to increase your authority is be an advocate and an educator for your customer. If you're an expert in your field, prove it. Write out content, put it in different forms, and get it out there so that your customer or client base can consume that content. And the more that you educate them, the more they're going to look to you as the authority in your field. Specialize your offering. In outbound marketing in the past, when you were advertising in newspapers and in print, radio, TV, your message, you had to reach and resonate with the mass media. So your message was relatively general. On the internet, it's quite different. You can talk about a very specific problem that you can solve for your client. Now, what I often suggest is with my clients that I work with, is think about your client. Choose a pain point or a problem that they have that you're best at solving, and this is what you talk about. Now, you may have dozens and dozens of problems that you can possibly solve. Great. Create one piece of content per problem. Now, people often forget about public relations, media coverage, and news syndication. If you have something that's newsworthy, you can put it out there. And the more that you get in front of the media, the more of an authority you're going to look like. If you want to look like an expert online, if you want to look like a celebrity in your field, if you want to look like a celebrity accountant in Montreal, for example, it's not going to happen on its own. You have to manufacture that celebrity status. So every opportunity that you can get to get your name in the media, either in newsprint or on TV or on radio, is a bonus to you. You take that content and you make sure you maximize it to the best of your abilities. Another thing you can do is you can write a book. If you're an expert in your field, you can write a book. It doesn't have to be a 300, 400, 500 page novel. It can be a small little ebook. You can have that printed out and hand that out like a business card. And finally, maximizing your existing marketing equity. One of the things that I find with people's websites, with people's content, if they're blogging, is that they don't maximize or optimize this content so that the search engines know exactly what it's about so that it can be indexed accordingly. People spend a lot of time putting out great content, but it's not optimized. I've seen people, corporations spend thousands of dollars on a corporate video, put it online. They don't have it optimized at all for what they do and the problems that they can solve. And at the end of the day, at the end of a year, they may have only a couple of hundred views, and they're quite disappointed about it. Maximize and optimize every piece of information that you put online on the internet. It'll serve you the best. Will you or your company look more of an authority than your competition? Your clients are changing their purchasing process. They are using the internet to make their purchasing decisions. More of their colleagues are getting involved in the purchasing decision, and vendors are being invited into the process at a much later stage. Make sure your authority is built to reflect well on you and your company. You're going to invest a lot of time in networking as part of your strategy. People deal with people who they know, they like, they trust, and who are authorities in their field. That's the end of the presentation. If you have any questions resulting from this, please feel free to put it in the chat boxes down below the video, and I'll get back to you, and we can just start a discussion there. Thanks very much. Bye-bye now.